young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
Please stand for the national anthem of Finland. remain standing for the national anthem of Latvia. Starting lineup for Finland, got 0-0, Lauri Usutalo, got 13, Jari Harvonen, number 21, Alex Kabinima, number 33, Antti Kasalmi, number 34, Liz Edwards, number 40, Eric Hoffman, number 45, Petri Rintala, number 49, Kai Erkila, number 68, Jalkim Kumati, number 71, the starting lineup for Latvia, got in goal, number 7, Richards, number 3, Stefan Sandberg, number 4, Zemis Edvards Mowens, number 9, Austin Matthew Blumbergs, number 10, Ilyas Jenkins Glasgow, number 14, Andres Thomas Doctors, number 23, Vincent Anton Eyes Sanchiponti, number 36, Braze Clayton's Danabeth, number 50, Thomas Michael Wiggins, number 55, Harrison Earl, number 93, Hans Matusevich Istras.
Good morning to everyone tuning in. Today we have got the European 2025 Men's Lacrosse Championship matchup between Latvia in the white and Finland in the blue. We get underway with the first face-off being won by Vincent Faciponti. He was excellent in their opening game against the Netherlands. Went 76% on the face-off, and it was a big reason why they came out victorious in that one. Be looking to continue that today. Just got the right personnel coming in for Latvia. Face-off guy, Vincent's still staying on for the attack, which is interesting. We're in a nice open set here, just getting the ball round, settling into the game. I think one thing, having watched both of these teams earlier in the tournament, is both quite physical, like to just be patient with the ball, but when it comes to it, got some big dodgers and some nice outside shooters, so I think it'll be a very interesting matchup defensively for Finland. They like to be quite aggressive. You see Diomidi there playing quite high on the attacker with the kick it down, and that's the first shot of the game, and the keeper, Lauri Uusitalo, comes up with that one for Finland. Interestingly enough, about this keeper, it is his 11th time representing the Finnish national team across both field and box. Very long career and been a mainstay in this Finnish team for some time, as he makes a big step on the doorstep there. That was number 9, Austin Blumbergs, with the attempt off the cut, and a big doorstep stop there.
Nice save there off the unforced error turnover.
Certainly, we've finally got the ball up with an opportunity for us to look at this Finnish attack. I think one thing I noted, having watched them against both the Netherlands and Bulgaria, very team-orientated defence. They like to be physical on the dodges, a lot of picks off ball. You'll see a lot of the players out there wearing box lacrosse helmets. We've got a very solid box programme in Finland, and I think that reflects quite nicely in the way they play offence in the field team. Some people of note for this Finnish team, they did have quite a spread of goals. As they take a shot there. Spread of goal scorers in previous games. There's a lot of different scorers on the score sheet, which is nice to see early on in the competition.
That was a nice save by the Latvia goalie. Quick stick, right on the ball.
Yeah, and they'll just be patient with it. I think something that's been noted quite a lot for our viewers who usually watch college lacrosse or professional lacrosse. There is no shot clock or clearing clock in the international game, so you'll see a lot of teams take the heat out of it after making a defensive stop and really slowing it down. As Latvia turned the ball over on an unforced error there, giving Finland an opportunity to attack once again. Getting it across the top, number 21, Alex Cavini, initiating the dodge there. He rolls back, looks to still going, and he'll re-engage. It's a good pick. He really likes this matchup here, wanting to go again. Just see his teammates clearing out the way of him there, giving him that alley to dodge down into. And he takes that big shot, and it's a great shot. He liked the matchup, he pulled it out. Big split to his left hand and a rip from the restrainer, low to high. High to low, bounce shot in the top corner. That's Alex Cavini with the opening goal in this one.
So there is an adjustment here when the players are moving from the turf to the grass, especially for the goalies. The ball bounces differently off of the grass versus turf. Plus we have wet grass here, wet field, so the ball's going to bounce a little different than it normally would.
Certainly watching both keepers see a fair few bounce shots in the warm-up, but doesn't naturally translate into the speed of the game, as the face-off guy there for Latvia, that is number 23, Vincent Faciponti. That's his first goal of the tournament. As I mentioned, he went 76% on the face-off against the Netherlands in their opening game, came out with 2 assists, and that's something he likes to do. He'll be aggressive, win it forward to himself, and really push the transition off the face-off as he opens the score, and we are at 1-1.
Well, anytime a Fogo can score right off the clear and into the goal is a big benefit for any team.
Certainly is. As he wins again, that's the 3rd face-off of the game, and he is at 100% as things stand. One thing with this Finnish team, watching them yesterday against the Netherlands, they did struggle on the face-off. You see them putting the pole on for that one, Eric Hoffman. He struggles to come up with it as Latvia get a nice settled offence going here. Again, just opening things up. They really like to play out wide and really try and stretch that Finnish defence, who do like to be aggressive on ball and come out and play you. Just getting it round, trying to find that right match-up. Imagine it may come here, number 21, against Gutman. He comes over the top of the pick, just moves it on now. One thing that may play a factor here, Latvia had a day off yesterday. They'll be feeling fresh legs. That's a big shot, and yet another massive save from Lauri Usitalo in goal. And that's a great ride from the Latvians. They get the ball back. Fantastic 3 men just jumping Hoffman there, really leaving him in a spot of bother. As I mentioned, the Latvian team had the day off yesterday, whereas the Finnish played a late afternoon game against the Netherlands, which was a hard-fought battle, very physical game. So imagine as this game goes on, there may be a little bit of wear and tear on the Finnish legs that the Latvians will want to take advantage of. Good hit. It was good play there. A nice little shoulder charge from number 21, Gintz Gutmanis. He bounces off his defender, gets his hands free, and just steps down, punishes that Finnish defence.
Well, you know, that came off unforced error. We'll see throughout the game how much that's going to play into the final scores. You know, as they say, you got to protect the rock, and we'll see how that plays out during the course of the game.
Certainly, especially when Latvia have been so dominant on the face-off so early on, as they come up with a 4th straight face-off win. The Finnish team, you really need to protect that ball, as you say. You need to make sure you do clear it, and when you've got it, if you know you're not going to be winning many face-offs, you need to take advantage of the possession. It's the face-off guy here, Vincent Fachaponti. He's got one today, just staying on for the offence. He spread this defence out wide again, really trying to get it round the outside. As a defender, if you're being told to be aggressive on this and they're spreading out that far, it really does wear and tear on your legs. Having to constantly run in and out to help your team defence starts to tire you out, and that's what Latvia will be trying to do here as they skip it, pass down low, just retain it well, nice little pass through. Hard fought ground ball here, it's Hoffman. Hoffman wins it for his team there, just sees the ball go out. He's been a key player for Finland in their opening couple games, the LSM. I'll look to continue that today as he just settles the ball into his offence, passes it down low, and he'll go back, make the substitution. As I mentioned earlier, Finland, although their opening goal was a bit of an individual effort, they are quite team orientated, a lot of box plays, a lot of movement off ball as they get a little shot there. No one's there to back it up. That was number 34, Emmett Edwards. He got 2 goals yesterday against the Netherlands and just failed to open his scoring tally here today with that little option.
Well, with the box players, you're going to see a little different type of play. They're going to want to be around the crease a lot more. They like passing into the crease and trying to get the quick stick on the goal.
Certainly. They worked it well there. It was a nice little look. He just couldn't quite get the finish. Yeah, again, Latvia just trying to slow things down, take a bit of heat out of it. They really like that little pick over the top and the little sweeping dodge. And just watch that movement off ball when it does happen. They scored 50% of their goals in their opening game. Latvia were unassisted. Whereas that one is assisted. Nice little move from behind. And a pass up to number 9, Austin Blumbergs. Gets his first goal of the day. Did get 4 in their opening game. So he's definitely a shooter that Finland will want to try and cut out the game as much as possible.
Well, that's a nice play. They pulled the defense out of position, and he had a clear shot right into the goal.
Certainly. It was a nice little move from behind from Ilyas Lazda. He's the one with the assist there. As I say, it's just a nice, patient offence from this Latvian side. So look to continue that 100% on the face, and they do so. It's a big player, Vincent, Vachaponte. He's 100% on the face for today. Loud support from this Latvian fan base to our right here. They're really rallying their team as they go 3-1 up for the day.
Well, so far Latvia's had the possession most of the quarter, just because they've been winning all the face-offs, and which automatically gives them possession.
Certainly, and a few failed clears for Finland as well early on. That's something they'll want to stamp out. So we go for this little dodge over the top again. He rolls back and he gets a flag. Not sure what that one's for. Nice wayward shot, but Latvia will get it back. That's a hold call there. Number 21, Alex Kivanimi. He was the opening goal scorer for the finish, but he'll serve a 30-second technical here, and Latvia will try and get a goal off the back of this. I'm right in saying they only scored 1 in their opening game off a power play, off a man up. I hope that they can kickstart that tally today as they just move it patiently round the edge. That's another big save from this Finnish keeper. And Hoffman's fighting for it, gooses it in, gets the loose ball push and gets the ball for his team.
Oh, good effort there, and that was a nice save. When you're man down and the goalie comes up big, it lifts the team.
Certainly was a massive save. As I mentioned earlier, this Finnish keeper has been a mainstay in this team for the last 11 tournaments in field and box, and he's come out big yet again for his team there as they get an opportunity to settle the ball down. Have a nice little possession here. Ball's behind with number 33, Anssi Kasalmi. Drives over the top. Strong left-handed player, he just passes it in. And it's off the pipe. They retain it though. The effort there from Kasalmi. Backed up by his teammate. So they'll look to continue their offence. Just a few personnel changes as they just slow the ball down. Now they'll look to get things going. Just a little roll pick there for him, but doesn't use it. Alex Kivanimi. Moving the ball well. It's the Finnish fans that you can hear in the background clapping. It's their team tries to get things going. It's a good, well-worked shot. He got his hands free well. Number 34, Emmett Edwards, but just sent that wide. A little bit of panic, and he fails the ground ball, and all of a sudden, another unforced error for the Finnish offence. And that may be a flag. It is. That's going to be a push in the back. And all of a sudden, what was a nice, easy pass up top has turned into a turnover and a man-up opportunity for Latvia once again. That's another technical penalty there.
Well, Finland had a good opportunity to bring the ball into the goal. Then, unfortunately, with the unforced error, they turned it over. And as I said, we'll see how that goes throughout the game. But the score's only 3-1. There's nothing for them to be overly concerned at this point.
It's a nice skip pass through on this man up. Yeah, completely agree. They've had some good looks to finish when they've had the ball up there. They just need to cut out those unforced errors and try and get a few more as they look to turn this one over here. It's a good play. And the finish penalty's over. But we've got a loose ball push, I think, there. The ball's going back to the Latvians. Off the pipe. And it's the face-off guy. Yet again, he stayed on after that man up. Ponti with his second of the day, and it's a great little finish inside.
Well, you know, Latvia's been able to benefit over any of the unforced errors at this point in time. And that goal was a result of an unforced error.
It was, yet again. Yeah, if you're the Finnish coach with 1 minute 10 in this first quarter to play, I think the first thing he's going to say is just take a breath. Just relax into the game a little bit as this goes on. They want to cut those out as they almost come up with their first face-off win. I'm not sure if that goes down as a win or an incomplete face-off, but we are tying things up for the end of the first quarter here. The score is 4-1 in the favour of the Latvians. I think the standout players here so far for Latvia. Obviously, we've got the face-off guy, Ponti. He has been crucial in there, winning face-offs, but getting himself 2 goals. And then in the offence, we've got a big shooter in Austin Blumbergs. And number 10, Ilyas Lasne, he's had a couple of looks. Looks like a really good ball facilitator, a little bit of a playmaker up there for them. So keep an eye on them. And then on the flip side, I think for the Finnish team, number 40, Eric Hoffman, has been fantastic LSM for them. He's worked hard between the lines when they've had the ball up top. Number 21, Alex Kivanimi, has looked solid, along with Ansi Kasalmi and Emmett Edwards. But of course, I want to give a big shout out to Lauri Usitalo, who has been fantastic in between the sticks for this Finnish team in the opening quarter. He's going to be crucial if they are going to mount a comeback and really challenge the Latvians here.
Yeah, he has really played well.
Yeah, I was watching him in the warm-up and his reactions on the turn seem really sharp, and that's continued into the game here. The Latvia have worked well, shifting the ball across the crease and getting him to move his feet, and he's done that well, and he is a big keeper and he fills that goal. And that's why he's made a fair few big stops so far in this game. As the teams are coming out for the start of this second quarter, no surprises who's taking the face off for the Latvians. He took all of them, I believe, in that first game.
Well, when you have a good goalie like that, they really keep you in the game. You know, they are the last defense that you have, and if the goalkeeper is doing a good job and being hot, it makes all the difference.
Certainly, as Ponti comes down here. That's
nice save there.
Big shot. And the ball is going to the finish, I believe. Oh, no, it looked to me like the ref pointed the other way, but Latvia retain it. Obviously, in field lacrosse, the closest to the ball off a shot when it does exit the field retains the ball.
That's why you always want to try to have someone in the X position, which is the player behind the goal, to be closest to the out of bounds line.
Certainly, we did see Finland in that first half take a shot, and no one was there to back it up. That's why having someone behind the goal is crucial, and just to chase that down if the shot does miss. That one didn't miss though. Oh, it did miss. Apologies, that's hit the side netting, but he's drawn a flag. That was number 9, Austin Blumbergs, with a big drive over the top. Just got his hands free for that low-to-low shot. Just hitting the side netting, but his team getting another man-up opportunity here. Apologies if you can hear the sound checks going on in the background. Latvia working well. Number 14 just trying to turn that corner. That's Andris Doctors. Can't quite get it to go.
You can see how active this goalie is in positioning his defense, especially in this man-down opportunity.
Yeah, it looks like a very tight man-down system. We've got a player ready to go to that shooter up top. And they have done well, this man-down defence. Evading the man-up opportunities, the penalty's released, and another big save for Usatalo. Gets his team the opportunity to clear the ball. Just being patient with it. Ball's back with Usatalo.
Now this is where it comes in handy that you don't have a clock. You can take your time, bringing the ball up the field. You don't have to force the ball up.
Certainly. One thing I'd say about this Finnish team clearing the ball, put two midfielders in the middle who seem quite stagnant as they get another unforced turnover. And there's the big bounce shot. It's just, yet again, the Latvian team have rode hard there, and a wayward pass has given them the opportunity to score. I believe that was number 14, Andris Doctors, with his first goal of the day on a big bounce shot.
You know, unfortunately, on the previous play with the man down, the goalie made a great save, and unfortunately, they weren't able to clear the ball as cleanly as I'm sure they wanted to.
Certainly, as I was saying, when it did happen, the two midfield players on the halfway line seemed quite stagnant. They were stood close to each other, and it just frees things up as Finland get their first face-off win of the day. It's Hoffman with the bounce shot, but the Latvian keeper saves it, and they'll look to go the other way with it. I think that's a mistake from Hoffman there. He did really well on the face, and then when he was under pressure, he should have just pulled the ball out. You know, his offense hasn't seen the ball so far this quarter, and that would have been an opportunity for them to just take a bit of sting out of this Latvian momentum and get a little possession of their own, but instead they've gone back and they're playing defense.
You know, you're absolutely right. When you're in a position where you're down, there's no reason not to go what they call yellow, where basically you just slow the ball down and you let everyone get settled in.
Certainly. There's another little pick over the top there, and the flick out is just wayward. Is he going to keep in? Doesn't quite get there. That was a nice little pick and pop movement, but Reynar's out just throwing it out of bounds there.
Yeah, you haven't seen too many unforced errors with Latvia as of yet in the game. That was one of them.
It was. Finland looking like they're going to clear it successfully this time. That was good hustle there from their midfielder, Marcus Mattila, to get that over for his team. They'll just slow it down now. This is their lone goal scorer on the ball, like Alex Kivanimi. Yeah, again, with that shorty match-up, he looks to take advantage of this. Nice little split over the top, and that's who gets his defender turning. I think that's a sign of the rain on the surface there. It's just slipped, the pass was tipped, and Finland get it back. They continue to keep the shorty on Alex Kivanimi, who's looked their main threat so far in this game. Just being patient with it, getting it round the outside. We've got a flag down on the play. I think that's for a bit of off-ball on Kivanimi in the crease. They'll look to take advantage. Of course, in lacrosse, when we've got a flag on the play, you almost get a free possession knowing that you'll get the ball back afterwards. And it hits the floor there, so the whistle goes. Yeah, I was right in that. It was an interference call. Number 21 for Latvia, Gins Gutmanis. Just being a bit too aggressive and locking out Kivanimi on the crease there. He gets an interference call, just 30-second penalty. I'll tell you what, this Latvian side has been quite disciplined defensively. And you'll see them sat tight in this man down. It was an interesting shot attempt from number 88, Akseli Rantanen there. Just couldn't quite get his hands free and shot it under pressure, but his team backed it up. Swinging it across, and the penalty is released. Gets the shot off, and all of a sudden, Latvia have it back. I must say Latvia Been really exciting to watch so far in this tournament. Of course, they had an off day yesterday, so it's only their second game, but definitely looked like a bit of a surprise package. We knew they were going to be physical coming into the tournament, but they've worked the ball really well in attack, and defensively they've just been a well-structured unit back there.
Well, they've been very patient, passing the ball around, letting the team get settled in, and they're picking their opportunities to shoot on goal.
Certainly have, and number 12 here, just pulling the ball out, making that short stick D-midi work hard, and then another wayward pass. It was unfortunate, he'd evaded the danger, he'd pulled it out, got his hands free, and just a lazy little sidearm pass turns the ball over and gives Finland the opportunity to once again clear it and start an attack. But another unforced error there. Just a low pass to his feet and he couldn't control it. Bailed out by his other defenders hustling back. That's one he'll want to forget. Number 68. It's been quite a low scoring quarter so far. Just a one goal. We'll look to change that now. Physical, just bounces it back out. Skip it through to number 23 who dishes it behind. Gets it back. Nice little move over the top. And they'll slow it back down again. Just get those right matchups.
Well, you know, I think that you might be seeing some differences between, you know, the field and the box play, and that it is although it's lacrosse, it's a different game and different skill sets, and perhaps the clearing is a little different than you know what some of the box players are used to doing.
Yeah, definitely think you're right there. I think it shows. I think this Latvian team has more field experience across the board. And that understanding of the game. As they skip it through there, that's a fantastic pass across the crease there from Lasda.
Nice pass there, right on the crease.
Yeah, it's perfect. Nice little skip through. Just finds Doctors on the cut there. He gets his second of the day, and it's a well-worked, patient attack for this Latvian side. I think it's been interesting when they've had the ball. The dodges they're doing are really physical. It's less trying to shake your defender and more trying to just bully them and get that space. And it's working. And then as soon as they get the hands free, that's when they're active off ball. And
yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
As I mentioned, only 50% of their goals in the first game were assisted. A lot of individual efforts, and I think that's what we've seen here with some big powerhouse moves as Thatcher Ponti wins it yet again. He's only lost one face-off today and got himself 2 goals, so definitely a great performance for him.
Well, I think for Latvia, the goal that they got from their in the beginning, of the opening of the first quarter with their face-off guy, basically the rest of the goals have really come off of unforced errors, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, they've had some good attacks. They've turned the ball over for whatever reason, whether it's a massive save from Usitalo or not backing up their shots. But Finland really failing to clear the ball, and unforced error after unforced error is just giving it back to Latvia. So that was a nice check on the crease there. Stop the attackman catching it, and all of a sudden ball's out of bounds. And Finland get an opportunity to clear the ball right by the halfway line. So you'd hope they'd be able to get this one across. Give their offence the ball and give them an opportunity to get to work. Mentioned as well, I think the fact that Finland played so late in the day, they didn't finish up till 7 o'clock last night, and then they're here 10 o'clock this morning warming up. You know, the level of physicality they have in their game it's hard to maintain that with so little time to re-prepare and recover your body after that game.
All right, well, you know, with the schedules as they are, you know, the teams are really, you know, I mean, the guys don't have a lot of time to recoup, and they got to be right out on the field again. And, you know, that does put a lot of pressure on your body.
Certainly. We had a shot attempt there from number 33, Anssi Kasalmi. Nice little roll at the top, got his hands free for that lefty shot, but yeah, again, no one backing up the shot, and it's an unforced error that they really couldn't afford at this stage in the game. As Latvia call a timeout and just want to regroup and try and get another goal to extend this lead off the timeout.
Right, and besides the physicality of it, it's also the the mental preparation that goes into a game, and looking at game film ahead of time and everything that you need to do to get ready, and to go from one day to the next day and have that same mental acuity from game to game is difficult.
Of course, and I would say they're in a bit of a group of death here. Obviously, they've got Bulgaria, who are a new nation, and it's great to see them at their first outing. But beyond that, you've got Latvia, the Netherlands, and England, 3 powerhouses that really are physical teams that will work you day and night. And obviously, this Finnish team are a strong side and one that could compete with anyone on the day. But that little preparation, that little time to prepare, it's hard to iron out creases when you're jumping straight from a match to game film to a match again, essentially. It is draining mentally. Showing a little bit so far.
Right, and most people don't know the time and effort that the players put into watching film, gauging what their opponent's going to look like, what where their strong points are, where their weak points are. A lot goes into it.
Certainly does. As Latvia get us back underway here after the timeout. Score is 6-1 in the favour of Latvia.
So Latvia is spreading out like they've been doing all game and taking their time and patience.
It's interesting. The short stick D-midi at the top here seems to be locking off number 93, Pence Istrats. He's been quite quiet today, so I'm not sure if it's something that they saw in earlier games.
There's a nice save there by the goalie.
Certainly was an absolute
and a nice
diver.
outlet, beautiful outlet.
It's a great pass, and all of a sudden the Finnish have an opportunity in transition. The pass just going a little bit low there. It was a great little split back to his left hand, and he'll just take the pace out of it.
Right, and he pulled it out, which was the right thing to do. Let his team get settled and take the opportunity while they have possession.
Certainly. That pass from Ursitalo was fantastic to find his midfielder. And then number 34, obviously with a great take, Emmett Edwards, and just pulls it out, slows it down. Carvonen with the ball here. He rolls inside. Great slide. He's drawn a flag though. That was great help defence. The awareness there from number 36, Danovskis, to recognise his teammate needed help on the roll, and he got there, but fortunately we do have a penalty for Latvia. It's the second opportunity to see this Finnish man up. Weren't successful in the first one. They'll hope they are here. They're spread quite wide. No one in the middle, which is quite interesting. I'm sure they'll want to force the rotation and try and get that open look. So skip it down. Just trying to drive round here. Skip it through, and it's a big shot and a big save. We've given a lot of credit to Uusitalo in one goal, but Ryan Richards has been solid back there when he's needed to be for Latvia.
Well, you notice what the D did when with the man down. They collapse into the goal. They let the ball get passed around on the outside, because you can't score from far out. And the D, having played D, you want to try and play as tight as you can to the goal.
Certainly, I think it's obviously something they've worked on. They clearly trust their keeper from outside shots, and they can stay tight and just let them, bait Finland into big rips. Then Richards will eat that up all day. Call of 30 seconds from the Latvian team. Now want to get the last shot. They start to get things moving here. A wayward pass to the crease there. And Finland come up with it. They've got 10 seconds to try and get it up and
they're
over.
They're going to want to put it in the net if they can.
Just looking at, they've got a flag. I would got a flag on the play. So that's going to wrap us up for half time. White Latvia just getting a hold call on the end. So I think Finland will start with possession. We'll wait and see that, but we'll take a short break here. Thank you for tuning in. Catch you in about 10 minutes or so.
Commercial break! We've been really busy over the past 2 years developing our very own women's lacrosse stick.
We are really, really proud of it. So stop by the shop. We would love to tell you more about it.
Good Stick Co. Come get a stick.
We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
Save there from number 7, Ryan Richards. Gets his team the ball. They'll look to progress it.
That was a nice save. I would have to think that the Finland coach at halftime was, talking about the unforced errors, slowing the ball down, trying to, do a little better job on the clears. They're not under pressure to get the ball up the field as long as, and in talking to the referees, as long as you're making an effort to move the ball forward, you're not going to be called for stalling or not getting the ball up soon enough. Now that's a little different than what happens in the States, in which you have a clock and you have to bring the ball up within a certain period of time, and that puts a little more pressure on you.
Certainly. You might be able to hear in the background the big matchup between Ireland and Wales just about to kick off.
Another good save there.
That was a great save. And we've got a loose ball push. Yeah, he has been a wall back there. Usatalo, I think without him this scoreline would be a lot bigger. But he's made some massive saves to keep his team in it.
He really has. He's played a great game so far.
Indeed.
With a lot of pressure on him, a lot of shots.
Just being patient with it now. They got the ball back to Pentai here. He kicks it down. Great little knockdown, but Latvia retain it. And they'll just pull it back out. Back to Istras. Nice little D-midi job there from Finland's lone goal scorer, Kivenimi. He's done well on Istras up top there. And that's a nice screen. And a nice little pass across. Can't quite get it to go. And he falls in the crease. Number 10, Lasda. All of a sudden, Finland get the opportunity to clear it again. I think if you're the Finnish coach, you will have talked about these clears quite a lot over half time.
Really good job there, clearing the ball.
Yeah, I think it was key. Number 71, Marcus Mattila, was active. He came and received it down low, and it just opened things up further up the field for Hoffman.
Right. If you'll notice, they brought the short stick down into the box to help with the clears.
Indeed, really good trail check there from number 55, Harrison Snadge. Finland get it back. He's got a flag. Good game awareness there from Kai Salmi, just telling his teammate to get inside the box. They've obviously got a penalty. If they passed it out, it would have been blown, but a nice little interception there from Richards. Does now get the penalty. We've got a slash on number 3. So they'll get a full minute to try and work a goal here, Finland. Still scoreless, almost 4 minutes into this second half.
It'll be interesting to see how Finland moves the ball with this man-down opportunity.
Yeah, as we mentioned in the first half, that Latvian defence is really compacting the man down, and they're trying to bait those outside shots. And they'll do that here, and it's a great check from the sliding player. Slid up well and put that pressure on. But Finland get it back. Looking quite stagnant, Finland. Moving the ball around the outside, but not really moving the feet off ball. It just allows Latvia to just stay compact, and if you don't have to rotate as a defence.
Well, you'll see how the defense just rotates around. There's not a lot of movement, from one position to another. They're just sort of like moving around like in a U circle, Indeed,
and they've killed the whole penalty here, Latvia, and all of a sudden The pressure on number 33, Kai Salmi, puts him out of bounds, and Latvia have killed the full minute, and now they've got the ball back to go up the other end with. They too will be patient on their clear. Just working it well across the low three. The two defenders and obviously the keeper, Richards.
Keeper's being very patient with without letting the ball. Now they get it across.
Just patient. They want to give the defence a little bit of a break here, Latvia. Spending a minute man down can be quite tiring.
Well, Finland's defense is probably beginning to feel the pressure of basically having the ball, possession of the ball down in their end
Certainly.
for a big part of the game.
Certainly, and they get punished there with a big alley dodge from number 21, Gins Guntmanis.
Nice goal there.
It's a fantastic drive, just gets his hands free in a nice, powerful high to low shot in the bottom corner. Gets us underway on goals for this half. And I think an interesting one, you see it quite often. Number 23, their face-off guy, Faciponti, likes to stay on for the offensive plays and the offensive set. So you'll see quite often Richards sprinting to the halfway line after a goal to give him a sip of water and just tell him he's done well. And he's done very well there. He's only lost one face-off today. And now he's drawn a flag. He's a big powerhouse, Faciponti. I believe he played Division 3 in the States. Can't remember which school. I'll try and find that out for you, but fantastic face-off guy, and he's dominated so far in this game and also in the opening game against the Netherlands. Still a flag on the play. I want to get a shot off before that's called though. And he does well to keep inside the box. Skips it down low. And because they went behind goal for the second time, the play is stopped. We've got a hold by Hoffman. I'll give Latvia a 30-second man-up opportunity. Looking to extend their lead in this half.
Well, having played close D in the Masters program, I can tell you for a fact that when you're playing D most of the game, it gets to be very wearing on you.
Certainly is, and it gets a point when the scoreline's getting ramped up that you've got to be more aggressive, and that's when your legs get tire even more. Your team needs the ball back. They have done well today. Considering how much they've played, they've done very well to keep it to 7. The Finnish defence. Again, testament to Usatalo in goal for his involvement in that. Great skip through. Gets his hands free well.
He really moves well. He's very quick.
Does indeed. That was Austin Blumbergs with the shot. And it comes back up top, and that's a fantastic finish from Pence Eistras. We've seen the Finnish defence locking him off quite a lot this game. They obviously saw something that they were wary of when they did their game film review, but nice little skip pass from behind. He gets his hands free and just picks out that top left corner. That's a tough one for Usatalo to try and get to. Picked his spot well there. Hoffman on the face-off here for the finish. He's done well. He got one win. He's really trying to neutralise that threat that Faciponti's brought so far in this game. He obviously got 2 early on. And he wins yet again there.
Well, you look at him, he's got a big upper body. I'm sure he's probably a wrestler or a football player or something along those lines as well.
Definitely. He's definitely very athletic. He gets up quickly and got a bit of speed on him when he gets going. Just looking to set up the way they want to, the Latvians. Yet again, spreading this defence nice and wide. No one on the crease to start their attack out.
You see almost on every possession that Latvia starts with a spread out field, and they move the ball around, and then they continue to go in towards the goal as the game continues.
Certainly, that was number 4, Mowens, for the Latvians, trying to get that attack started. Just left his footwork. As we say, it's rained quite a lot here in Wrocław over the last couple of days, so it's slippy on the surface, but his coach did really well to call the timeout when he was under pressure on the floor there, and they'll retain the ball. Of course, both teams get 2 timeouts per half, as per international rules. That's the first one that the Latvians have taken this half. 8-1 the score. So what do you do? We see the Finnish defence just having a little huddle there, talking things through. If you were the coach, what are you saying to them to try and neutralise this Latvian attack?
Well, I think they're really have to maybe try to be a little more physical, push them out a little more. So they try to take the inside shot away from them, but they can't overplay their guy either. They have to, they have to stay on them man on man and push them out.
Certainly agree. They've just got to rank up that physicality a little bit. Just try and get the ball back, and when they do it, they've looked a little bit better on the clears, but they just need to make sure they get it up there and give their attack the opportunity to get some goals. Nice little cut inside, and it's a nice sweep over the top. Nice sweep back over the top the other way. Got help on defence though.
They ganged up on them, and they got the turnover.
Yeah, I think that just comes from a bit of spatial awareness. He knows he's running into traffic, and that was number 21, who's the lone goal scorer for Finland, Kiviniemi, who dropped in and offered help, and now his team have cleared the ball really well. That's Kuzma clearing it there.
That was a really good effort to get possession.
Sorry, it wasn't Kuzma, that was Urkala. And now we have a flag. Finland get another man-up opportunity. They've worked it well. They've had some good looks, but mainly from the outside on this man-up, and Rich is in there. Has been fantastic today for the Latvians, making a lot of big saves and eating up anything from the outside, really. You see them, they've dropped someone onto the crease here. Finland try and work that shot inside instead.
Yeah, it's a little surprising with all the box players that they have that they haven't tried to work the ball in closer to the crease.
Certainly.
Most of the shots have come from the outside from what I see at this point in time.
Certainly. That was a nice little defensive play from Zandbergs there for Latvia. Got the knockdown and picked up the ball, but a good ride from the Finnish attack. Puts him under pressure straight away, and they get the ball back. That was a nice little look to the inside. That's what we were talking about them needing. The shot just going wide.
Oh, there we have a nice shot.
That is a fantastic shot. And he gets a flag after the play for a late hit. That's Alex Kiviniemi. That's his second goal of the day, and what a fantastic little skip pass through. He just stepped into the space that had opened up and hits low to high right in that top corner.
That was a nice goal. Trying to stop, as a goalie, trying to stop the ball from low to high is very difficult.
Yeah, I think changing your planes like that just makes it hard to read, and obviously he shot through a crowd of people on the crease as well, which makes it even more difficult. The refs are just talking things over about this penalty, deciding if Finland are getting the ball back or not. I believe they will do, because it was for a late hit after the goal. Kiviniemi just took a second to catch his breath after that one. Oh, it is deemed before the goal, I think. Interesting. As I've said in previous games, I'm not here to comment on the officials. I'm sure they have thought that through and decided on the right thing. And today they're the one dressed like highlighters out there, not me. You would feel hard done by the Finns. Oh, we've got a whistle here. I think there was too many men on for the finish. because the penalty wasn't released and they had a guy on the wing. So they had two men in the box and 2 guys in the midfield. The maths doesn't math there.
I'm not sure if you noticed right before the face-off, both the Finland and Latvia players were talking to each other, and it's amazing the sportsmanship that you see here.
It certainly is. It's a great community, lacrosse in Europe. A lot of people play regularly at tournaments in different countries, and it's great to just make friends across the continent through the sport we love. It's a well-worked pass. It's just unfortunate. They'll come back up with it though. That's number 33 with the ground ball there. He's been quite quiet today, Kasalmi. Got a couple in their last game against the Netherlands, but so far has been shut out.
Well, let's see if they can duplicate what they did on the last goal, which that was a beautiful goal that they got.
Certainly, the fans are getting behind them next to us. That's a nice little look through. Kasalmi
nice
managed to
back
save
up
it. It's a nice little one-handed ground ball to pick it up, and now...
Oh, keeper had a nice low pickup.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That was Kivanimi who scored both goals for the Finns today. He's done a great job playing two-way midfield for them. Defensively, he's been solid and he's had some good looks. He'll be full of confidence. But when you've got Richards in there, and he's in the form he's in, you've got to do a little bit more to beat him than that. Yeah, again, they're patient. But it's a nice knockdown. He'll recover it though, Latvia. It's a great ride. And there's an unforced area. That's a rare occurrence for this Latvian side.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. You haven't seen that happen too many times.
Indeed, they've been very successful on clears so far in this game, but that one failed. Been just taking the sting out of the game. And now we've got a timeout. I mentioned a little bit earlier to the field to our right, the second game for both Ireland and Wales has started. Definitely tune into that one once this game finishes. That'll be a close game. Probably decide who tops that group. Wales, I was lucky enough to commentate on their opening game against Sweden, and they looked very, very good. Both defensively, they were solid, and going forward, they looked like they were definitely clicking. You could see that synergy in the team, and to put 16 goals past a solid Sweden team in your opening game, that's them well for a good competition.
Well, there's just been a number of good close games. That's what this tournament's all about. Is seeing the matchups against these with these countries, and there's some really good lacrosse.
It certainly is. There's a lot of I'd say every player's got every team's got a very good player pool, and the standard is really great to see this year.
Right. What a lot of people don't talk about is the commitment that these players have to make just to be here. A lot of them probably are not in school or whatever, have jobs, and they're taking the time off from work or whatever just to be at this tournament. And that doesn't go into all the training that they do ahead of time.
Certainly, it's a big commitment, but it's an amazing sport, and to have the opportunity to represent your country definitely makes it worth it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. To be out here and be able to represent your country and your heritage is that is a rare opportunity.
Certainly is. That was a really well worked opportunity there. It was Emmett Edwards with the ball. He was trusted to start the attack. He skipped it through to Kivanimi, who got the shot off, and yet again he's had a late hit on him. They're really trying to bully him out there because he's been the bright spark for this Finnish side in the opening 3 quarters. So got a penalty and another opportunity for Finland to try and claw back that deficit. Kivanimi skips it out. It's a bad time to turn it over. He managed to retain it. They'll just look to hold it now, I'd imagine. 6 seconds left on the clock. It means they'll start with the ball as the whistle goes. As I say, the rule, and we saw it in force in that third start of the third quarter, if there's a player serving a penalty in the box and a team has possession when that quarter time whistle goes, they will retain the ball from where it was at the end of the whistle. So it was a lower scoring third quarter, but an exciting one. It's nice to see Finland get another one back on the board, and their defence looking very solid back there. Likewise, that Latvian keeper looks like they might be making a substitution in net, but Richards has had a fantastic game as their backup keeper is getting ready and looking like he's going to come out.
Well, unlike that's a big benefit if you have two goalies that are of equal talent that you can rotate back, in and out depending on the game and who you're playing. Each goalie has a little different approach to the game and the way that they play the goal. And depending on the type of team that you play, you might want to start with one goalie over another.
Certainly. Finland, as we mentioned, have a man-up opportunity. They get the shot. It was a well-worked little move, moving the ball between Emmett Edwards and Kivanimi in this top corner, but Edwards' shot just going wide as the penalty's released. So we are all even in players. Score is 8-2 in this final quarter. Kivanimi with a nice little dodge over the top. He gets his hands free, kicks it down to Edwards. Here's the side netting. And they just get the ball back, throws it back to his keeper, Lukes.
Nice outlet.
A fantastic pass, and just like that, Latvia will clear the ball and go on the attack.
What I've noticed is that the Latvia goalies they have very crisp on-stick passes for the outlets, and that makes a huge difference when you're outletting the ball. That you have a goalie that can make a nice sharp pass.
Certainly is. Saw a few good passes from this Finnish keeper Uusitalo as well today. It's a lot of big saves from him. Good talk. He's a well-structured Finnish defence. That's one thing I will say. I think a lot of that comes from the communication. You're constantly hearing them talk to each other and talking through every time the ball moves and who's the one, who's the two. That's good talk on the pick there to fight through. And they work the shot on this near side, but the shot from Doctors just goes wide. He's had a couple of goals today. Be annoyed that he didn't get that one to go as well.
Well, you made a good point. Teams have to communicate to each other, and the goalie is sort of like the captain of the defense when it comes to positioning the players, the defense.
That's a fantastic finish. That's his first one of the day, Varilara. He driven well. He knew there was a flag on the play, so he could be a bit more aggressive with it. Turns the corner, gets his hands free, and just on the turn, sweeps it past Uusitalo for his first of the day. We will have a face-off. We do have a penalty on the play for a slash on Hoffman. He's looked quite handy pole today. He's quite aggressive on that one. He's had a couple penalties, but never fought a defender who wants to fight for it.
Well, I think at this point in time in moving into the fourth period here, that Latvia is going to move, put a lot of players out there, maybe take some of the key players off the field and let them rest and make sure that they don't get hurt or.
Certainly, they've got a big matchup coming up against the reigning champions, England. Tomorrow, I think that one is. No, they've got a matchup today against the Netherlands a little bit later on. That'll be an exciting one. Both these teams will be eagerly watching. Both of them yet to play. They've both played the Netherlands, but they're yet to play that England side, who, at the moment, we've not seen much from. They did play the newly formed Bulgaria yesterday, and their attack got a lot of reps in that one. That's another well-worked goal there. They moved it so well on this man up. I'll tell you a player who we've not mentioned that much today, Blumberg's, but it's a nice little movement. Lasda just on the turn, flicks it down, and Blumberg gets his hands free and just sticks it past Ertatalo.
Yeah, that was a nice move to the goal. He put the ball where where it was difficult for the goalie to make a save. That was a nice goal.
Certainly was. They be glad to get another man-up goal on the board, something that they've struggled with this game a little bit. Credit to the tight finish defence across the board there. Penalties released, so we are now man-on-man. Nice little pass to the crease. That was a face-off guy, Faciponti. A little crease dive attempt. Another big stop from Erstatalo, and then he is deemed to be in the crease as he lands. The ball's going back the other way with Finland. Now want to clear this one. Looks like they're going to do it. A nice little pass down the line. And then a wayward pass from the long pole. Sees Latvia go to clear it. And a little sneaky check there. Attacker just falls over. There was a little bit of offside there, but it would have been harsh to call. And then all of a sudden, ball moves behind goal, and Blumberg gets his hands free, sticks it in the top corner. He scored the last 2 goals for Latvia. Got a timeout to Finland as this scoreline increases to 11-2 in the final quarter.
That was a really nice outside shot, and he had some gas on that ball when he released it.
Yeah, it certainly was. It's something that we've not seen all that much today, is pushing transition. Both teams opting to be a little bit slower on the clears. Finland almost got a little takeaway check on the halfway line with the riding attacker sneaking up behind the midfielder, but he got the ball back, spun it behind goal, and they really pushed the transition there and made their numbers advantage pay with a fantastic finish.
Well, the clearing is that I've noticed in watching the games here is that in the U.S. games, you're taught at an early age as a goalie to try to get the ball up on a transition play as quickly as possible, and here you see more of a outlet, to the poles on the side and bringing the ball up a little slower. And I think that also as since they've have installed the clock on the college and high school games, there's more emphasis on getting the ball cleared as quickly as you can.
Certainly, that's something that is looking to come into effect in the international game ahead of the 2027 men's World Championships in Japan. But right now, we do not have a shot clock, and the team's been really patient as a result, as we say.
Well, that'll be interesting to see how the teams adjust to that going into those games.
Certainly. As we get a second face-off win of the day for the Finns, it does come on the back of an illegal procedure, but they all look the same on the stat sheet. They'll look to get things going late on in this game. I think it's important at this point. The game might be a little bit away from the Finns, but it's a good opportunity to work on a few sets, get a few players some looks, and try and get things clicking for later matchups in the tournament. Obviously, that's a great little finish there. He's turned the corner really well. He's just been patient with his dodge. Number 34, Emmett Edwards. singled him out earlier in the game. I think he got 2 yesterday against the Netherlands, and he's done really well. Just being patient, turns the corner, gets his hands free, just sticks it in that top corner.
Right, that was a nice goal. He just beat his guy and was able to put it into that far corner.
Certainly was. Another big face-off here. Not had as many as it would have deemed in that first half. The scoreline seemed to be getting up a little bit bigger, but you know, in this second half, things have slowed down a little bit. Testament to both keepers and the defences for doing a great job. But Fatchiponti does well under pressure from Hoffman there, and he moves the ball behind. Latvia will try and settle it down and get an attack. I said on the flip side, it was a great opportunity for Finland to get through a few sets. I think Latvia here, they won't be looking to push it too much. Obviously, 8-goal lead. I'll say that as they go to goal, and we've got a flag. I think it's also a nice opportunity for them to work through a few sets and try and get things going. Try and get things clicking. As I mentioned, they've got a tough match up against England tomorrow.
Right, with that coming up, I'm a little surprised that they're not giving their Fogo a rest. I mean, he's been doing the face-offs all game. I would think that they might, you know, put someone else in that position for the balance and let him, because being a Fogo is, you know, again, it's a very specialized position, and it takes a lot of energy to face off. And
certainly does. Talking about them resting players, we've seen a change in attack for Latvia. They'll be looking to rest their key players. Number 9 Blumbergs and number 10 Lasda both going
nice
the sideline.
passing.
A great little well-worked goal on the man up there. Number 5, you see what it means to him. That's Lux for Latvia.
Well, you can see Latvia's taking their time. They're setting the ball up, and they're looking for the open guy.
Certainly are. It was well worked, some good movement off ball. As I was saying, they've changed a full attack line. Some big games in this competition to come. Just looking to give their players a little bit of rest and let them recover. And Lux, who's come into that attack, getting the goal there. It's great to see. Hoffman with another face-off win. He flicks it out. Has got a flag for a push in the back. Obviously, his pass did hit the floor, so the whistle goes. That was a great win for him. I think he's been solid today. Hoffman, mentioned him a few times. He's done as well as he can, trying to neutralise Fatchiponti on the face-off. And defensively, he's been aggressive. He's been active. He's definitely a good addition to this Finnish side. Just over 5 minutes to go in this final quarter here. Scoreline's 12-3. If you're just tuning in.
Well, Latvia's done an excellent job in terms of when they've had possession of the ball, they've taken their time. Oh, there's a nice goal.
That was a fantastic little finish there. Yeah. That is number 33, Kai Salmi. Josh works it well. They spread the defence, and he saw a little corner, gets the crease dive. I think that's the box influence coming out there. He knew that he could get his hands free if he just jumped into the crease, and it was a fantastic little finish round the corner. Ball goes wide, with an illegal procedure there. Latvia get another opportunity to just test a few things, maybe extend their lead a little bit more. It's a nice little off-ball cut there from the incoming midfielder. Number 12 keeps it well though. Still number 12 with the ball. He passes it out to Lux, who gets put under pressure, turns it over. Goes to ride hard but falls over, and all of a sudden Finland get the ball up the field and they're pressing that attack. It's number 21.
Well, nice back up on that.
It was. Kivanimi was aggressive on that transition, got the shot off. He's been great today, but it wasn't to go. And then all of a sudden, another unforced error for Finland sees Latvia getting the ball up. It's just turning a little bit sloppy here, a little bit back and forth. They'll just want to settle it down and do that. The timeout's called by the coach, which is just as well, because it was a wayward pass just after the whistle. 3 minutes 40 to go in this game. Latvia very much in control from start to finish. A lot of that comes down to how successful they've been on the face-off, with Ponti dominating yet again in there. He must be near 90% on the day, I would say.
It's such a huge advantage when you have a face-off person who can dominate the game, and that's what they do. You know, when the face-off guy gets the ball, you automatically get possession, and when you have possession 90% of the time off the face-offs, it's a big advantage.
Certainly is. I think one player I want to give a shout out to the Finns. We've mentioned him a lot here today, but Usatalo in between the sticks has been phenomenal. I think there would be a lot more than 12 on that scoreboard if he didn't turn up the way he has today. Some massive stops, and his clearing's been fantastic at times.
He has had a very good game. He's really kept the Finns in the game, and he's really done a good job.
Certainly has. The concert to the side of us just started to ramp up. Don't think it's still sound checks at this point, but there's a nice little orchestra just playing in the background, adding some additional heightened drama for the closing 3 minutes here. Just talking through the Latvians, nice little pick, and he's popped back out. He's
Very
turned
quick.
really well there. He's quick. He throws the fake, comes across goal, and it's a good check from the sliding defender. But then a good ride, and
It's getting a little choppy at the end here.
Luke's comes up with it. I'm not. I think because Finland had possession in there was no over and back. They needed to get it back in the box, but they failed to do so, throwing it out of bounds. And Finland, yeah, another opportunity to try and get the ball up the field here. Nice little pass over the top. They've got an extra man advantage here. They want to use that. Passes it out. Great pass and a great save.
Oh, nice save. The goalie came out.
Yeah, that's Daniels Lukes with a big stop. He obviously just came to the field this quarter, so that's a big stop for him. And his team's transitioning well here. Just pull it out and then look to get some substitutions on. Nice little move underneath. We've got a flag on the field, I think. Not sure what that's for. Let's come out of the box, the whistle goes. That is an offside call on the far side by the official. Obviously, in field lacrosse, if you are defending and you go offside, it's a penalty. If you're attacking, it's just an illegal procedure and a change of possession. And of course, we're defending there, the Finns, so 30-second technical to be served. Gives Latvia another man-up opportunity, and they've skipped it through well. It's a nice little knockdown. It's a nice little knockdown from number 1, Virtanen, for the Finns. And then the Latvian player going in the crease. So Finland get an opportunity to clear again. Hoffman calling for the head check, and he gets it, and then he throws it out of bounds. So the whistle will go, and they'll call that slash taking one. 1:34. Obviously, for those not familiar, in the last 2 minutes of every period, the clock does stop. Apart from that, it's a rolling clock, which can make games feel really fast at times. He's just going to sit out and wait for his team's penalty to run out, so they get an extra man opportunity. It's good game management there. Good look. And that's a fantastic little finish there. That is number 21 yet again, Kivanimi. That's his third of the day. He has been a player for this Finnish side. It's been excellent from start to finish, both ends of the field, and actually another little goal for them.
Well, nice to have a hat trick in a game.
Indeed, it'll give him confidence going into the rest of the tournament, which is great. And there might be a whistle for a delay of game here, I would say. Obviously, Latvia still with someone in the penalty box. They've had to call player off. Did it just in time. We talked about the Latvians changing their face-off guy, preserving Fachaponte's legs. They've done that there. Number 36, I think it was, taking that face-off for them. Danovskis. He's unfortunate to lose it. And then another penalty. So Latvia down to a 4-man zone here. 2 serving penalties in the box. Finland would look to just get another goal here. It is 12-5. I don't know why they've not updated the scoreboard over there. I'm sure it's right on the stream. That's a great little pass. That's a great finish. It tell you something. One thing in this last quarter, I think they've scored 3 goals on man-ups. The Finns showed that their play is clearly working. The coach will be happy with that, and it sets them up nicely for the rest of the tournament. And then on the flip side,
right, and when you're on defense and you're down 2 players, it's almost impossible to stop the other team from scoring.
Certainly is. They've had quite a few penalties today, Latvia. Comes down to their aggressive style of defence, which works, but you know you've got to stay sharp and know that your penalties are going to affect you against bigger teams. That's another great face-off for Fachaponte. He just pulls it behind. He'll want to just kill the clock, I think.
Yeah, I think that's why they put him back in at face-off, just to get the ball and basically run the clock down for the rest of the game.
Certainly, he has been phenomenal today. He's got himself 2 goals. As you say, they're just spreading the field. That's great aggression there from the blue defender. Rintala gets the ball back for his team. 30 seconds left on the clock. So pass downfield.
Well, both teams have played with a lot of heart. It's nice to see.
Certainly has been. It's been a great game. I think both teams will be taking a lot of positives out of it. Both teams with a few things to work on going into the later stages of the tournament next week. Oh, there's just a little bit of aggression at the final whistle there.
A little frustration coming out.
It's a shame. I think that shows the passion and what it means for these players to represent the country. It's been a fantastic game. I've certainly enjoyed calling it for you all at home. Scoreline finishes 12-6 for Latvia. Thank you very much for tuning in, and look forward to catching you for the other games.
Of Team Finland. Marcus, what were the biggest challenges in today's loss against Latvia?
I mean, Latvia came really hard today. They had a game like a free day yesterday, and we played the last game last evening. So we only had like 14 hours, so I think we were a little off in the beginning. But I think we were the last fourth quarter. I think we came back really well, and it wasn't just enough. The time ran out. So.
Yeah, despite the loss, do you think there were any key takeaways or any positives from today's game that you can take to Monday?
Well, obviously we haven't played together until last Tuesday, so I think we are getting better every game. It's a tough group for us, so I think we are gonna be a better team in every game. So we'll get back against England.
So yeah, you got England on Monday. They've looked very good through 3 days of the tournament so far. What are you going to use your rest day off to put yourself in the best position to win that game on Monday?
Just hydrate, rest, and eat well, and just focus on the game. We want to play the hardest games, and it's going to be the reigning European champion, so couldn't be any better than that.
All right, thank you, Marcus. Next up, we have our interview from Team Latvia.
I'm here after the Latvia versus Finland game with Austin Blumbergs coming out with a great win. So you guys had yesterday off to prep for this day after your amazing game versus the Netherlands. What was the game plan coming in?
So we recovered yesterday, got some fixers from Netherlands and whatnot, and then we actually came here, watched the Finnish game. We saw that they like to play fast, and they like to throw some different things at them. Very big box style, so we prepped for all of that. Knew that they were going to throw some of those gimmicky things at us, and we just prepared as best we could.
And you guys, well, you essentially had 3 goals tonight, which is big. Offense was running like a well-oiled machine from the face-offs from Vinny and then to the transition down. You guys controlled the tempo. How was that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I hold us to a very high standard, right? So I think that we didn't play as great as we wanted to. I think that Netherlands kind of into this game. We had a lot of momentum building off of that. So we gripped the sticks a little tight at first, but we kind of found that rhythm, figured out their little gimmicky things, like I said. Team score big goals, and then it's going to lead to our defense doing successful things too.
And so far in this tournament, your team has been kind of known for the energy that you guys have from your stands to on the pitch. How does that make you feel to have?
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that I've it's unique. We're all bonded by heritage together, and we've all really embraced that. I know me growing up, I didn't know anybody that had Latvian heritage, and there's guys right down the road that I had no clue. So we've kind of come together, bonded over that. We had a week and a half out in Latvia to kind of just get to know each other as well. So through all that, meeting all the Latvian-born guys and whatnot, it's been truly special. And like I said, we're just embracing that Latvian heritage, that bond by blood kind of in a way. So bringing it to the table every single day.
Awesome. That is Austin Blumbergs after a big win versus Finland on day 3 of the European Men's Lacrosse Championships in Wrocław.